Hey guys, Jack here. Today we're gonna head to the land of the rising sun to talk about a mecha series that defined many childhoods. We're looking at the Brave series, starting out with the first one, the Brave Exkaiser. Like the name suggests, Brave Exkaiser was the first of the Brave series, which was created by Takara. If you guys don't know, Takara was the line that helped Hasbro bring their Diaclone line over to the States for the Transformers line, which, as you can see by my War for Cybertron Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime figure, is still going on today. But I'm not here to get into Transformers. Someday, my friends, someday. Okay, that got creepy. But anyway, let's start out with the story of Brave Exkaiser. So, the story goes like this. A group of space police chase down criminals known as the Geists, and they all take bodies similar to Earth. Geists taking the form of dinosaurs, and the Exkaiser team taking the form of everyday vehicles. Now, the main family is the Hasikawa family, and every series has a boy protagonist. This one being his name being Kota, which is the only one who knows about who's the one who knows about Exkaiser. Now, originally, Exkaiser, like a smart person / alien, doesn't want to take Kota into battle. So, whenever Kota finds danger that are caused by the Geists, or is in trouble himself, he uses a wrist communicator called the Kaiser Brace that allows him to call Exkaiser whenever trouble is around. Now, let's go into Exkaiser himself, who is the leader of the Space Police Kaisers. Now, he combines with the Hasikawa's sports car, and whenever he does take control of the sports car gets an alien-like upgrade. Now, being his own singular robot, he has many weapons and abilities. But I'm not getting into that. But since this is a robot show, he can upgrade himself into a super robot with the help of two auxiliary units. The first of his auxiliary units is the King Rotor, which is a carrier vehicle that has the ability to fly and can turn it into a trailer that can be used by Exkaiser's vehicle mode. However, this is only ever seen in the toy line and the opening to the show. Now in these cases, for Exkaiser's case, these auxiliary units act like, think exosuits. When he combines with King Rotor, he becomes King Exkaiser. Now he has many powers and abilities, but his main weapon is the Kaiser Sword, which he uses in a finisher known as the Thunder Flash. I'm not going over how the finisher works. Next, his secondary auxiliary unit is the Dragon Jet, which actually has the ability to work in a drone, which actually can transform into a drone without the need of Exkaiser piloting it. However, when he does combine with it, he becomes Dragon Kaiser. And his main ability and his finisher, and he keeps a golden symbol on his near the chest plate of Dragon Kaiser, which he can separate to form a bow known as dragon archery. He can then produce a golden arrow that similar to the thunder crash is known as, well, of course, the thunder arrow. Next is their combinations. Yes, every series after this will have the main mech gain, who has two will have its main mech or have a partner mech that they're able to combine with. This being the case for Great Exkaiser, which combines the King Rotor with the Dragon Jet. Now, the Dragon Jet, the bottom portion of the Dragon Jet connect to King Exkaiser's feet. The main part that makes up the Kaiser's jet body connect to form new shoulders, arms, and hands. A new crest is added to the giant mechanical lion face on King Exkaiser's chest. The nose cone that contains the cockpit connects to the back of King Exkaiser with two wings that King Exkaiser fly are folded downwards, and he gets a new helmet. He can combine the Kaiser sword and the dragon archery into what I personally call the Great Kaiser sword, and again perform a variation on Thunder Crash, which I personally call Great Thunder Crash. But this series isn't just defined by its main mech. Every mech team what is a mech team without more mechs to mech it up with more to fight evil mechs? Yeah, that's right. This being the case with the Max team, who are led by Skymax, who has an eagle motif, and the Max team is defined by they each have flip out features in their chest. Skymax having a flip out eagle next to his jet cockpit. Next is Dashmax, who transforms into a six-wheeled car. Okay, and his chest plate flips out and he can flip a turbine chest plate out. Next is Drillmax, which is a drill tank, and his chest plate can act, and his chest flip out gimmick gives him two Gatling guns. Now, their combined form is known as God Max. Skymax forming the top portions, the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the chest area, and his head actually gets combined with a crown. Also, get used to this. Almost every combination in the mech series involves a face mask. I don't mind it. It's just I should have mentioned that with Exkaiser's combinations. Oops. Dashmax forms, well, sort of the stomach area, the thighs, and the hips and thighs, while Dashmax forms the knees, lower legs, and feet. Now, their finisher in this form is the God Sonic Buster attack, where they gather energy where God Max gathers energy into his hands and launches it forward, taking the form of a blue energy eagle. Next are the Raker brothers. Now, interestingly enough, they were originally designed for a Transformers series known as Transformers Zone. If you haven't heard of it, don't. It's a Japanese exclusive line. But that never happened. But they were repurposed for this show. Now, the Blue Rakers are defined by the parts they carry on their backs, that attach to their backs, which are important to their combinations. They're also brothers. First is Blue Raker, who is the eldest brother who transforms into a Japanese bullet train, specifically a 100 series Shinkansen, and and his and the part that connects to his back forms the head of their combined form. Next is Green Raker, who is the younger Raker brother, and it's a 200 series Type 2000 Shikansen. Now the part that connects to his back is what forms the chest plate of their combined form. Speaking of which, their combined form is known as Ultra Raker, with Green Raker forming the left half and Ultra Raker forming the right half. The part that connects to Green Raker forms the chest, and the part that connects to Blue Raker forms the head. Now, he really doesn't have his own finisher, but that's okay. And since I still have some... Oh, we need to go over the Geists. Duh. Now, like I mentioned before, the Geists are based on dinosaurs. But, nah. We'll move on into the next series. Brave of the Sun, FighBird. Yes, seriously. So, what's the story then? So, this one is not totally a sequel series, but it does carry on some plot elements from Brave Exkaiser. Aliens possessing machines, boy protagonist, etc., etc. So, what's the story? In 2010, an evil energy being named Darius joins forces with a wicked scientist named Dr. Django in secrecy to bring ruin to the world. However, our team of brave heroes, known as the Space Security Force, follow him, possessing the special android vehicles developed by Japanese scientist Hiroshi Amano, along with his two grandchildren, Haruka and Kanta, work together in order to defeat Darius and save the world. So, let's go into FighBird, who takes on the human name of Yuto Katori. Now, he is similar to Exkaiser, but also kind of different. I shouldn't really... Ah, crap, I went over the main character. Okay, Now, he actually merged with a soul that Dr. Himushi of the special android created by the good doctor himself. Now, his skin is made of super silicon that disappears whenever he transforms. And in order to throw off suspicion, he poses as Amano's assistant. And we'll go over the boy protagonist, because I have to. Next is Kento Amano, who is the doctor's cheerful, hot-blooded grandson. Now, he's actually made a special member of the Space Force, and goes with Katori in order to keep it between the Max and the rescue base, which is the base where, I don't know. And in order to help with this device, Katori gives him a small watch/wish communicator that's its own robot, similar to the Kaiser brace, except it transforms into its own robot called Rister. But with those guys out of the way, let's get into the combinations. Starting with, of course, FighBird. Now, how this works is Katori will summon his... it's sort of similar to Exkaiser, yet different. Katori will call upon vehicles that allow him to transform. His first being the Fire Jet. He'll then enter the chest area as it transforms into its robot mode. Next is the Flame Breaster, which is a fire jet-like auxiliary mech. And to differentiate himself from Exkaiser, Fire Flamebreaster will actually connect to the chest. The two parts of FighBird's shoulder that are placed up will fall downward, and a new helmet will cover his head with a new mouth guard, fully becoming FighBird. Now his main finisher is the Fire Sword, which he pulls out similar to a ninja or a knight, and he'll cover it in fire and slash his opponent. Next, after Fire Jet is damaged or was damaged to the point where it needed extreme repairs, FighBird takes the form of a shuttle. And similarly, it can act like sort of an exosuit. But instead of connecting to the chest, it connects to a slot that is covered up by the separating chest. Its vehicle mode is known as the Fire Shuttle. It also has an auxiliary mech similar to the Firebreaster, known as the Breaster Jet, which similarly connects to FighBird's chest and flips down to reveal a new helmet. Now, his finisher in this case is the his main weapon in this one is the Grand Cannon. As a result, which you guys can probably figure it out from there. Now his super combination is known as Great FighBird. Yeah, we're not letting that great thing go. So you see, FighBird, similar to Dragon Jet from Brave Exkaiser, will separate. The portion that forms Grand Kaiser's feet will connect to the feet. The feet of FighBird's robot of the Fire Jet's FighBird robot mode. The arms will then fold up on themselves, then flip forward. The remaining portion of the Fire Shuttle will connect to the front of FighBird, revealing a new helmet. Now, I'm not really sure how to describe its finisher, so we'll just move on to the next team to be introduced. That being the Baron team, which, ironically enough, well, at least as far as I know, only the main mech has any souls in it. Now, they have a launch mode known as the Thunderjet. But first, let's go into Ace Baron, who takes the form of a tank. And he forms the center of the Thunderjet. Next is Rogue Baron, who's disguised as a trailer and connects to the top of Ace Baron's tank form for the Thunderjet formation. Next is Drill Baron, which is a drill tank which forms the cockpit/nose cone of the Thunderjet. Next is Aqua Baron, who's based on a submarine and connects to the left side, forming the left wing of the Thunderjet. And lastly is Sky Baron, who forms the right side of the who connects to the right side of to form the right wing of the Thunderjet. Now their combined form is known as Thunder Baron. Ace Baron will form the main body, which includes the chest, head, thighs, and hips and thighs, Road Baron will form the right arm and hand. Drill Baron will form the left arm and hand. Aqua Baron will form the left arm and foot. The right leg and foot, while Sky Baron will form the right leg and foot. Now, again, there's really no finisher here because I'm going by Wikipedia standards. Sorry. But let's get into the next combination. The guard team, which is defined by A, them being based on rescue vehicles, and B, they have an additional battle mode. No, they're usually primarily used for rescue work. However, they have an additional mode where known as Mets On, where they gain giant helmets that increase their battle prowess. The leader of the team is Guard Star, who takes the form of a fire truck, who takes the form of a police car. I don't like doing it like this. There we go. Next is Guard Fire, who disguises himself as a fire truck. Next is Guard Rescue, who disguises himself as an ambulance, and later we get a new member, Guard Wing, who disguises himself as a twin gyroplane. This is another thing that would carry over for future series. That sometimes the mech team that had the fewest members would end up getting another mech that would allow them to form a new combination. Not as powerful as the final combination between the two with the mechs we usually get, but it's just usually have not as powerful as the main mech's final combination, but usually happens with mechs that are made of three mech teams that combine into a singular mech. But first, let's get into the combination with Guard Wing, that being Guardian. You see, Guard Star forms the head, chest, and back. Guard Fire forms the upper torso, arms, and hands. And Guard Rescue forms the feet and legs. Also, Guard Fire forms the hip and thighs. Now, next is Super Guardian, where the main body of Guard Wings forms feet extensions. His chest plate connects to form a new chest plate. His wings connect to the back. And a new headpiece will attach to will cover up the old head. And that's pretty much it so far. So, the Brave series was off to a good start. I think I'll keep going with this 2x2 thing. Make it easier. But that's all for now. Join me next time when we go over the next two Brave series. The Brave Fighter of Legend of Gone, and the Brave Express Migraine. See you there! Yes, I'm trying this new thing where I try to make it look continuous, but still. I won't do my whole subscribe thing till afterwards. But again, see you there!